Good evening, everybody. You're very welcome to tonight's concert. My name is Peter, and I'm going to be doing, well, this tonight, talking. My first duty of this evening is to invite to the stage the man who's going to introduce tonight's performance and tell us a little bit about what tonight is all about. Please welcome the Mayor of Fingal, Councillor Howard Mahoney.
Good evening. The first thing I said to myself was, be careful you don't fall, because it's very dangerous there. Look, it's a huge pleasure for me to be here this evening. For me, this is a labour of love. I've participated in brass playing all my life, and I've been associated with Blanchardstown Brass Band for probably 10 years. So, in so many ways, I just can't tell you how pleased I am to be here. This programme started approximately 6 months ago. John Harford there proposed something to Fingal County Council, and it was gratefully accepted. And he told me he was going to bring in a group of people and try to teach them how to play in 6 months. And we were playing in November, and I said, yeah. Like they were going to play in November. But I said, okay, John has achieved an awful lot, and nothing surprises me with John. So from that perspective, you know, it didn't surprise me. I think, to having played brass music for 40 years and at a serious level, I played with the Garden Band for a number of years. You realise how hard this is. It genuinely is extremely difficult to do. You know, brass instruments are the hardest instruments to play probably out there. And you know, I was down at a rehearsal last night, and I have to say, they're really good. They genuinely are really good for 6 months. You know, and if you pardon the pun, they blew me away. You know, look, this is part of the Blanchardstown Brass Band and Fingal County Council collaboration. Is called Brass for Blanchardstown. And you know, the music is it's very valuable life skill. The beauty of music as a life skill is that I started at 11 and I'm still doing it, and I will be doing it probably until I die, you know, tomorrow or 10 years, 20 years time. And you know, unlike many other pastimes, you know, you have to stop at some stage. Playing music, you don't. You know, it keeps your mind alert. These 11 students learn to play and read music, you know, and hopefully it'll be an ongoing journey for them. We are delighted in Fingal County Council that, you know, with the help of Sinead Wiley, to participate, for her participation and encouragement in this. Now, I should have gone through the formalities first, and I'm sorry for the local representatives that are here. I'm just so excited about this. I'd like to acknowledge Deputy Paul Donnelly, our very, very good friend and a great friend to the band, Councillor Mary McCamley, and her colleague, Councillor John Walsh. Our Chief Executive, Anne-Marie Farley, who has been so encouraging in all the Social Inclusion Week projects. So from that perspective, like, you know, it's all encouragement. But I do want to specifically mention Mary McCamley this evening, because when she was Mayor, you know, she was hugely encouraging for us. I'd like to congratulate the 11th graduates, genuinely I do. It was exceptionally hard work. And you know, I know what they did. I'm aware of the effort they put into this. So you know, as families that are here this evening, I presume it's mostly families that are here, you should be extremely proud of them, because I certainly am, and we in the band I know are. Now I know I'll shut up now because they're probably telling me to stop. My biggest critics are behind me here, you know, and you know, so from that perspective, like, I'll stop. But look, enjoy the concert, enjoy the evening, and you never know, I might even join you later on. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Mayor, and we look forward to playing with you later, as we have done many, many times in the past. Yeah, totally. Anybody here have a family member actually out of the graduates down below? Let's see. Yeah, quite a good theory, that's nice. And who came just because we were playing Draíocht anyway? The laughter came first, I noticed that, okay? We're going to be introducing our graduates one by one a little bit later on, and they'll join us for some of the performance as well. But we'll kick off now with a march that we've been playing for a long, long time in the band. It came to us by the way of the Garda band, actually. They were over in Switzerland and they heard this lovely piece of music being played in the hills there, and they brought it back here, and we decided we'd take it from them. And because we're from Blanchardstown, we stole it. It's a home crowd, I can say it. We're playing a home game here tonight. To help us along with this piece of music, the man who leads us in everything we do, please welcome our musical director for this evening, the band conductor, Mr. Zdenek Ondrousek. Very much, everybody. Our next piece of music is a piece that originally started life off as an instrumental. It was composed in 1930 by Duke Ellington, who composed it for a new medium that was out at the time called radio. And it was his first time to deliberately compose something that wasn't for like live performance. And it was aired anyway. The next day there was floods of letters were sent into the radio station raving about it. So he contacted a friend of his, Irving Wells, who put lyrics to it, and he re-recorded it again, and it became a smash hit worldwide. This piece of music we played at a competition in Clonakilty earlier in the summer, and we didn't win. But we're hoping maybe when all these new recruits join us, we might be able to give it another whirl, and who knows. But we're going to play it for you anyway tonight. We hope you enjoy it. This is called Mood Indigo. Thank you. you very much. Now you may not have been familiar enough with that song to sing along to. We're going to change it for the next one. This song is it was a smash hit in 1980, very, very early 1980 for Queen. It became their first US #1. And Freddie Mercury wrote it, and when he was talking about it, he said he channeled his inner Elvis and his inner Chuck Berry to kind of bring the song to life. He also only knew about 3 chords on the guitar as well, which is how it ended up sounding like it did. This is Crazy Little Thing Called Love. I know it, you know it, I know you know it, and I expect you to sing along, clap along, and fancy dancing along as well. We'll know if Howard has gotten up because we're here to change gently. So, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. After this next piece of music, we are going to be inviting your family members who you actually came to see on stage. So we have one more piece of music before that. This is a much, much slower one. It was taken from Andrew Lloyd Webber's 1985 work called Requiem, which was a Requiem Mass that he composed in memory of his late father, who had died just a couple of years beforehand. In the song Pia Jesu is the most famous song from this, and it was originally performed by Sarah Brightman and a boy soprano. So here to take on the role of Sarah Brightman is a man who is no stranger to dressing up as women on this stage. He has been in many a panto. Our wonderful flugel horn player, Mr. Byrne. And in a slightly more controversial casting arrangement, taking on the role of the boy soprano, we have our wonderful soprano cornet player, Mr. Anthony McCarthy. These are two of the most talented players that we have in the band. We're very extraordinarily lucky to have them, and you're in for a wonderful treat. They're going to be taking the solo in PEA Zoo. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Now, I suppose you're probably ready to meet the main attractions of this evening. Also, I think we've kept them nerves jangling there just long enough. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm getting thumbs up from behind the stage. So, as I said, just to add my own word of tribute to them and the incredible achievement that they have made when, again, like Howard said, when John told us that not only was he planning this concert, but that he had booked Draíocht for a concert in November for a crowd of strangers that he had not yet met, for an event that he had yet to advertise. We were like, okay, that's it, he's finally lost it. But no, in fairness to him, to Zdenek and to John Bates, the work they have put in with them has been phenomenal. But not as phenomenal as the commitment that our new graduates have shown themselves, the effort they've put in at rehearsal, the rehearsals they've done by themselves. I was only chatting to one of them earlier today, and he was saying, I was looking at loads of different YouTube videos on it and everything. So the commitment was absolutely outstanding, and they deserve their concert tonight. They really are a tribute to their families, to themselves, and just to the hard work they put in. They're going to be presented with a certificate tonight when they come up on stage first, before they take their seats. And we're going to introduce them one by one, give them all their moment in the sun. And who better to present them with their certificate than our brass playing Mayor of Fingal, Councillor Harold Mahoney. I do actually need the list of names here, there's so many of them. So please welcome Aoife Parks. And Claire Higgins. Ivana Kearney. Next up, a woman who's no stranger to the band. Her son was in the band for a long time as well. Jennie Bergin. She's famous, it seems. Very good. Next we have Niamh Parks. Nicole Power. Rob Kennedy. Stephen Cronin. Susan Byrne. Tony McCrossan. And last but by no means least, Jackie Jones. Now, rather than let Howard risk a tumble down the stairs, we're actually going to get him to join us for the next few pieces of music. So, welcoming on tuba, Councillor Harold Mahoney. Now, unfortunately, Jackie, you drew the short straw, and you have to speak to me as well. Many would run, but anyway, fair play. So, tell me, how did you even hear about a project like this?
Hear about it. I was scrolling through Facebook as you do.
Yeah.
And
stalking John Harford as we all do.
Post came up. Actually, it was Dermot.
Oh right. Was he dressed as the Dane?
And yeah, I saw it, and of course, when you get to my age, you have a bucket list.
Yeah.
And so you have a bucket list, and so yeah, there. Some instrument was on my bucket list, so.
Okay. Now there's a lot of instruments out there, let's say, that would be easier to play, like a ukulele. You could have learned the triangle. You really did pick a tricky one. So was there anything in particular that like pulled you into brass rather than like the guitar or something like that?
I suppose the fact that it was with Fingal.
Okay.
It was free.
Yeah.
I suppose my mindset is more, try anything once. So
Yeah.
I just thought I'd go for it, and I'd know within a few weeks if I could do it or not.
Yeah.
So.
And how did you find the lessons and learning it? And
Yeah, they're a great group, and the two Johnnies. Have been brilliant. Like really, so patient.
really?
Really. If you've been there the first week, like the din was unbelievable, wasn't it? So yeah, they were amazing.
Okay. And how often have you been practicing and that kind of thing?
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
For the last six months.
Yeah, it's a big commitment. And have you enjoyed it, like the actual
Loved it.
learning?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
Very good.
Yeah.
And do you intend on keeping it up?
I
after
do,
this?
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're stuck with you. Is
I
that-
hope they wouldn't keep me on.
Yeah. Oh no, of course we love to have you because I started as a beginner as well, and then much younger when I was 9, and it was actually John's father, myself and my twin sister Avril were under John's father's tutelage, and we started off. But I tell you, if we were asked to play a concert after 6 months, it would have been one-note concert. Or take my bow, and that would have been it.
We're pretty nervous.
Yeah, very good. And are you looking forward to tonight?
Really looking forward to it.
Well, I hope you
Excited,
enjoy
nervous
it.
at the same time.
I said you deserve it. You put in a phenomenal amount of work. You're absolutely incredible, and you can, truly call yourself a musician. So
Thanks
well
so much.
done, and welcome to the band. Well, for our first piece of music with our new graduates, we're going to play a 1967 classic. It was a duet. Oh, sorry, yes, I forgot other people. So, we actually have 3 other people joining us tonight as well as an adult class. We also have a beginners class for young kids as well that John Harford and Zdenek have been running for a number of years now. And 3 of our most recent class through that are going to be joining us as well. As I mentioned, like myself and Avril and other members of the band like Dermot here started when we were very, very young as well. And of course, it's a great time to learn instruments. So please welcome Gemma, Anthony and Noah onto the stage. Come up. And we hold hands. So this first piece of music that we're going to play, as I said, it's a 1967 classic. It was written by Carson Parks. It was made most famous by Frank Sinatra and Nancy Sinatra. It was re-released later in 2001 by Robbie Williams and Nicole Kidman, where it went to the top of the charts as well. This is Something Stupid. Congratulations, graduates, your first performance with the band. Get any better than this. I mean, seriously, it just doesn't. So, as well as being, of course, a very special night for the graduates, it's a special night for a couple of other people as well. We have a few birthdays to mark. There's a boy out in the audience there whose mum is just in with the graduates tonight. So, Josh Kearney, where are you, Josh? Are you out there? Yeah, he's 11 years old today. Happy birthday, Josh! And someone unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, but she was a big fan of the band. She's a very big fan of the band. Her brother was a long-time conductor of the band here, a long-time member as well, and her nephew and grandnephew are in the band as well. So John, your Auntie May, I believe, turns 100 today. Very special birthday for one of our band members as well, Jack here on euphonium, turns the big 18! Storm off like he threatened, so very good. Seeing as how we have an awful lot of band members up on the stage now, we thought we might try out the loudest part we have in the band, because why not? Yeah. We've got like 20 extra players with us here. Anyway, this is the theme tune. It's probably one of the most recognisable theme tunes in the world. It has followed 007 around all of his movies. This is the theme from James Bond. It gets loud. Thank you very much. Frank Sinatra, we heard from him earlier, but he burst onto the scene in the 1940s and he was an instant hit. His early albums went to #1. In 1953, he won an Oscar for Best Actor for From Here to Eternity. In 1960, he welcomed Elvis home from the army on his #1 rated television show. But just 3-4 years later, his movie career was over. He had been dropped from his TV show and he was in danger of losing his record contract because the Beatles had arrived, the British invasion was in full swing, and it looked like there was no place for Frank Sinatra anymore. He confided all this to a friend of his. He was thinking to retire, handing up the old microphone. It was fellow crooner Paul Anka, and Paul Anka said, well, you've got to go out with a bang. So he set about writing a retirement song for him, one last hurrah for Frank Sinatra, and it turned out to be his most successful song. It spent 75 weeks at #1 and basically relaunched him into a megastar all over again. And he credits this song with reviving his entire career, and it's been a smash hit for others since then as well. This is My Way. of course, as well as having our graduates and our new recruits from the beginners class in Blanchardstown, we also have some graduates from some classes that John and Zdenek have run before here with us. Jack, who we've already mentioned, and Mail, they played with us here in 2014 for the first time. So they're actually much older than they look. They're about 90 now, I think, at this stage. But no, it was about 8 years ago they first stood on the stage in a very, very similar way, came up and took their bows, and they're still with us, which is absolutely fantastic. We also have Amelia, a graduate from those classes, and Alex is here somewhere, is this? Yeah, oh, well done, Alex, as well. And this is your second time at Draíocht as well, is it then? First time at Draíocht, wow, very good. I should have made a bigger deal about that. Alex, everybody! Perform a solo now. Oh no. For our next piece of music, we're going to stick with the pop and the popular numbers. You'll like this one. It's an ABBA hit from 1976. Interestingly, one of their few that didn't go to #1, but it's still good. You like it? It's Money, Money, Money. We all need it now to beat inflation. Thank you. Thank you very much. And sure, why not let's stick with pop for our next one as well. You may not realise, ladies and gentlemen, because we look so youthful, but actually we're almost about to turn 200 years old here. Wow. I want to take a ooh. And we're very fortunate to have one original member still with us. Johnny, great to still have you here. We're not sure how long he's going to last, which is why we ran this program in the first place. So, yeah, no, very welcome as always, Johnny. This next piece of music was a 60s kind of country rock and roll mix. It was written by Gene Pitney before he ever actually launched his recording career. And it was taken to #1 on both sides of the Atlantic by 2 different artists, but more commonly known over here by Ricky Nelson's version. But it's been covered by everyone from Queen to Creedence Clearwater Revival. You'll know it. Generally speaking, I usually dedicate this to the president of Sinn Féin with Paul Donnelly here. I'm not sure if that's okay or not. But anyway, this is Hello Mary Lou. Thank you very much. We're going to stick with the same era for our next song. And this was originally featured in the 1961 film Breakfast at Tiffany's, where it was performed by the character played by Audrey Hepburn. It was released later that year, and the more famous version was, again, a song that resurrected another career of Andy Williams at this stage. This song became, I suppose, meant so much to him that he named his autobiography after it, Moon, River and Me. He named his house after it. I think he named his children Moon and River after it. But anyway, again, he reckons it paid for everything that happened after this career. It's a lovely song, I hope you enjoy it. It's Moon, River. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And on tuba, thank you very much, Councillor Ivana. For a second, I thought you were going to forget the first rule of politics, which is always protect your seat.
I'm well protected here, that's for sure.
We're going to take a very, very short break from the music, and I'd like to introduce the chairperson of the Blanchardstown Brass Band to say a few more words about the whole project. He's one of the architects, the engineers of this, who got it off the ground and made tonight possible. Mr. John Bates.
Well, I'm sure you'll agree, aren't they wonderful? Navarra Mahoney, Draíocht Donnelly, Corley Cunday Fingal, McCamley, August Walsh, Pre-Baiman Corla Fingal Farley, Draíocht Theatre agus Forbaha Pobble, Cunday Fingal Byrne, agus a Cardigan Lair. It's more an áhasúring san bana ceol bhada bhain séir, bet an seo anach, chun farta glacha san colúra iontoch seo. Mayor Fingal Mahoney, Deputy Paul Donnelly TD, Councillors Mary McCamley, John Walsh, Chief Executive Fingal County Council Anne-Marie Farley, Director of Housing and Community Development Fingal Council Robert Burns, and friends. It is really a great honour for us in the Blanchardstown Brass Band to be here tonight, to take part in this wonderful celebration of the achievements of our graduates, and to be an integral part of Fingal Inclusion Week. This project began with the belief of our band secretary, John Harford, who you've heard mentioned already, that there had to be adults in the local community who would like to learn to play a brass instrument but didn't know how to go about it. John, in his membership of the Fingal PPN, felt that it was an idea that might be supported by Fingal Council. He put out the feelers and ended up in contact with Ms. Sinead Wiley from the council, who was the Chief Development Officer of the council, who was extremely enthusiastic about the project. He'd been on board from the start, from its inception, and also from the first night that we invited the graduates down to the band room. I'm sure she was deaf leaving it, like, you know, there was quite a bit. But thank you for your support tonight. It really is appreciated. A lot of work and time went into developing the plan through John and Sinead. And I know you'll agree with me when I say this concert is a major success.
Yeah.
I believe it's also a showcase for what collaboration amongst interested parties can achieve. I believe this concert is a highlight, if not the highlight, of Fingal Social Inclusion Week. I also wish to acknowledge the financial support of Fingal Council, which has allowed us to use this wonderful venue to applaud and congratulate our graduates tonight. As you've heard earlier, Blanchardstown Brass Band was founded in 1826. Looking forward to celebrating our bicentennial now in 4 years' time. We're extremely proud of being able to keep this tradition going. And it's wonderful for us older members, I suppose, to have so many musicians on stage tonight. I can't recall the last time when we've had 38 on stage. Unfortunately, I can remember when there was only 8 of us sometimes going out to play for some events, as some of you well know. But I mean, this is phenomenal, absolutely. It's also a first for the band. It's the first adult class we've ever put together and instructed in what we call the rudiments of music. First time ever in our 200 years. We've never had an adult class before. And we've never had so many new players join us for a performance. Cynics among us might say that organising this event was the only way we could get Howard out to practice. But I couldn't possibly comment. The band also has a very strong family ethos. And we consider ourselves as a promoter of sort of close bonds and friendship through the medium of music. As the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Through my time with the band, which is a few years now at this stage, I've seen many instances of several generations playing at the one time with the band, which in itself is phenomenal. Tonight is no exception. John Harford is accompanied by his son Roy, hiding on the back there. Our own conductor Zdenek has his daughter playing with as well. Amelia's in the front row. She's promoted to the front row tonight, but she's very shy. Normally, when we get new members, it's usually parents are encouraging them, saying, go down and try that and see how you get on. There's a slight difference in this grouping, because it was one of our members encouraged his mother to join with us. You heard I mentioned already, Jennie over there. Her son Sam plays for the band, but he's allegedly studying in Germany at the moment for his masters. So unfortunately, he's not here with us tonight, but I'm sure he's as proud of his mother as we are. Now, although there is a serious side to playing music, we do it because we enjoy it. And we have fun. And that's what it's all about. And it's this spirit that has kept us going for almost 200 years. And I have no reason to doubt that it won't keep us going for another 200 years. Playing music encourages discipline and respect. We have to play the musical notes in front of us correctly, according to Zdenek. It doesn't always work out that way, but we try it. But we have to do what he tells us. But anyway, I think you'll agree that it's working well at the moment. But I believe it's also very beneficial to the well-being of each musician, mentally and physically. You become so focused in the music that you're totally distracted from the pressures of everyday life. The oasis that is the band allows you to cast off stress, relax in a friendly environment, and enjoy a sense of serenity and harmony that comes through playing music. Concerts like this don't happen by chance. They're the culmination of time and effort by numerous people, and it's only right that we should take time to publicly thank them tonight. Firstly, I must congratulate the graduates and the new juniors that came with us. Their families, their long-suffering neighbours, and I'm sure at times the practice sounded like there was cats being strangled next door or whatever like that. But thank you, I mean that sincerely. Thank you for all the effort you put into it. Also pay thanks to our elected and public representatives who came here tonight, who took the time from their busy schedules to join us and to give us the encouragement to keep going. Because it's only when people come along and support us like this that we get the encouragement, and I sincerely thank you. To the Chief Executive Officer of Fingal Council, Anne-Marie Farley, Director of Housing and Community Development, Robert Burns, and all the staff of Fingal Council for the generous funding and encouragement. And as I said, in particular, we recognise Sinead, who's been selfless in her enthusiasm, guidance and encouragement. Thank you. Every band needs a leader, and you've seen our Zdenek. You see the way he gets animated and moves around quite a lot when he's conducting. We've got used to it. We don't get seasick anymore when we're looking at him. But I must thank Zdenek for his patience and expertise throughout this whole venture, and for the time he's taken to encourage the new graduates and the rest of us to perform to the best of our abilities. Thank you, Zdenek. What can I say about our MC? Envelopes on the way, Peter, yeah. But as you can see, he's informative, he's entertaining, and he has a way with words. Typical school teacher. To the staff at Draíocht, the marketing section, box office, front of house, and the technical side of things, you've made it, organising it seem like child's play. Thank you very much indeed. To all my fellow musicians, thank you. You put a lot of time into this. You've been there to support and offer guidance to the graduates as they came down to our rehearsals, which is quite a feat in our little band room. If anyone doesn't know it, it's quite a small little room. We don't even have the amount of room that we have on the stage here. So you can imagine when there was over 30 of us in the one room playing. Thankfully there's no close neighbours. I think the parish priest is the closest neighbour, and he probably went out for the evening when he heard us start up. But thank you for keeping the tradition of the band alive. Some family members were press ganged at short notice to come in this evening. I know Dermot's wife Anne was here, and my own daughter Caroline was here, and God bless her. Because I spent a lot of time getting on to the guys and saying, now, the dress code for the night is white shirt, black trousers. Grand. I went to take out my uniform. No, blue and white shirt. I said, what the heck? But thankfully, Caroline ran across to the centre that was still open. So I was somewhat brief white shirt. And I must thank you, the audience, for coming here tonight. Because that's where we get our buzz from. We enjoy playing, and we can feel it when people appreciate what we're trying to do. And I thank you most sincerely for it. I just want to break away from protocol. I'm nearly finished, I promise you. But there's a couple of little things I would like to do, which don't feature in the programme or whatever. But as I said, Sinead was a very important and integral part of this whole project. And I would now ask her to come forward and for John Harford to present her with a bouquet of flowers, please. Second surprise now as well, which is known to many people. But as you've heard, John has been an integral part of this whole project, and he's been there leading from the front and conducting everybody. John was probably looked at somewhat as being in the sort of, he was somewhat like his father in the way he conducted it. Was all so I think it's really only fitting that at this stage he should get his own conductor's baton. So I'd ask him to present him with a baton, please. You weren't expecting that, were you? You'll be glad to hear that's me finished, folks. But there is a very important speaker to come, and I'd ask for your full attention, please, from Mr. Robert Burns from Fingal Inclusion.
Thank you, John, and I suppose the first thing I'd have to say is thank you for the music tonight. It's absolutely amazing, really uplifting on a dark, cool November's day, so thank you very much. And I think it all took us out of our world for just a couple of hours, so thank you very much. Congratulations. Mayor, Councillors Walsh and McCrossan, Deputy Donnelly, Chief Executive, and distinguished guests. As Director of Housing and Community Development, I would like to thank Blanchardstown Brass Band and our own Community Development Office for organising this exciting, and there is a new variation, which is the Community Adult Learning Music Project. John referred to it as this was a variation on what had gone before, and I think we can all see how successful it's been. The Community Development Office, we strive to develop initiatives that encourage participation, teach new skills and develop stronger communities. A significant part of our role is involved in supporting of community and voluntary groups to deliver projects and initiatives that respond to a local need and benefit the entire community. Brass for Blanchardstown is an example of such a project initiated by local and experienced community music group to give local people the opportunity to come along, learn music and be part of a group and have fun. Project success is clearly demonstrated by the 11 people that walked into the band hall last April, started a journey of weekly tuition and practice that this evening has culminated in their first live performance in June. Again, congratulations to you all. However, this project, like many community projects, would not have been possible without the hard work and vision of volunteer band members John Harford and John Bates, who led this project from the beginning. In addition to funding the project, Fingal County Council were delighted to support the band to develop the programme. It is especially important as this project and the event this evening is part of Fingal Inclusion Week. Fingal Inclusion Week is an initiative led by Fingal County Council, Fingal County Council Integration Office and Fingal Public Participation Network, and works to highlight the positive work that communities, agencies and organisations are involved in to encourage inclusion and celebrate diversity. I think this is a really exemplary project. There's so many different facets to it. And if inclusion is about anything, it's really about being able to participate more fully in society. Come and join the band, play an instrument, be part of that social network, expand your horizons. And I can only imagine what it feels like to have started off learning an instrument and go through that journey and finally mastered or play a number of tunes, that sense of achievement and fulfillment. So, as has been mentioned, Blanchardstown Brass Band celebrate 200 years, I think it's in 2026, and has contributed greatly to music heritage in Fingal. This project has served to further reach out to the community, provide a pathway to participation in music and strengthen the fabric of the band community in Fingal for the future. And lastly, I'd just like to thank my team in Community Development Office. They've done a huge amount of work on this project, particularly Sinead, but all across this week in Fingal Inclusion Week, where there was over 100 events right across the county, in every single town and village, and in rural areas as well. And it is really a testament to the staff, to the communities, because it is that connecting. It isn't just us as a community development officer, but we need to work with the communities. And I think in many ways it demonstrates that diversity and difference is a strength within our county, and it's something that we embrace. So I'll just leave that on that note, and thank you again to the band. It was really amazing.
Thank you very much, Robert, and thank you, John, for those kind words. For our next piece of music, just in case you thought you hadn't heard enough songs and tunes, at this point we're going to cram 30 into 3 minutes. It's going to be everything from jingle bells to my grandfather clock to all sorts of stuff, and I want you to take note and see if you can name every one. John, I don't know if you want to try out that new baton for this one, or are you going to stick with your corner? Okay, that thing, you need to test drive it for a while first. Zdenek will give you your license later on as well. Oh, nice, very good. This is called Instant Concert. All you have to do is add a little brass. Thank you very much. Our next piece of music once held the record for being the biggest selling song of all time. It was released by Bing Crosby in 1947, but it was written by an Irishman called Dr. Arthur Colohan, who was born in Fermanagh in 1884, but he moved to Galway to begin his medical studies. He ended up settling in Leicester after the outbreak of World War I, but composing was just like a mere hobby for him. He spent most of his time and most of his career as a neurosurgeon. This is your hobby, and you just go along and write the biggest selling song in the world. But there you go. It's a nice piece of music, and in this one, the melody flows from kind of side to side of the band. The horns start off before us over here get a chance to shine as well. So it does, I think, showcase the richness and the variety of the instruments in the band. This is Galway Bay. You don't do more of them. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, all good things must come to an end, and so must our. Usually I have to get people to redo that, but that was a lovely awe, so thank you very much. I'd want to give another big hand for our graduates who I'd ask to stand up. Aoife, Claire, Ivana, Jackie, Jennie, Nicole, Rob, Higgins, and Cronin. And joining them, Jennie, Anthony, and Noah. very much, graduates. And have you enjoyed the performance?
Yes.
Yes, excellent. I wasn't asking you. Was I? They're trying to have a conversation. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed your first performance, and hopefully it's the first of many. And thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming tonight. As John said, there is no concert without an audience, and playing in Draíocht is such a special and a fabulous occasion for us as well. We love to do it. It's a great sound. It's wonderful to have a captive audience. You can't walk away. No, thank you. And again, thank you. I'm not going to rehash the thank you speeches, but thank you to everyone for coming, to everyone who organised and for taking part. This next song is a real dance along. Again, another clap along. If you fancy bringing Zdenek for a spin, please do so. This is Everybody Needs Somebody from the Blues Brothers. Thank you very much. Good evening.